Hey guys, Brixenta here bringing you another makeup tutorial. This one I'm going to show you a lip look that I really like, and if you don't want to miss any of my future videos, then be sure to subscribe below and enjoy. I'm not really sure what to call this lip look. I just really like it, and so I thought I'd share with you. It's a little bit of an ombre, and it's a little bit of just making a color that I really liked. I put a little lip ointment, lip balm, whatever you want to call it on, so I'm kind of rubbing that in so that it doesn't just slide off. I'm going to use these three colors here. I'm going to use Everlasting Liquid Lipstick Kat Von D's in Zero and in Requiem. And I'm going to use Too Faced Granny Panty Melted Matte Lipstick in Granny Panties. I like the melted matte. I do not like the melted lipstick. That stuff is horrible. Maybe I got a bad one, I don't know, but it goes everywhere when you put it on. It's just bad. I don't like it at all. It's in a squeeze tube, kind of like a lip balm, and you put it on and it's messy, and then even throughout the day I get it all over my face because just moving your lips naturally when you talk moved the product around and it made it really messy. I didn't like it, but I love the matte. I love Too Faced, so I hate that I didn't like it, but I didn't like it. So I'm going to go in with Zero first, and I'm going to apply that normally like I would any other lipstick. If you're going to use lip liner, I would recommend using like either a neutral color or a mauve color if you're going to do this look. It would have to be a light mauve, either a light pink, a light mauve, or a neutral color. I just normally don't deal with lip liner. Let me get a mirror so that I can actually see what I'm doing. So, the reason I'm not going in with an Everlasting liquid lipstick on top of, because I'm going to do Granny Panties next, the reason I'm not doing an Everlasting liquid lipstick is because they're very opaque and you can't really see the gray through it. So, Too Faced is pretty opaque as well, but not quite as opaque as I haven't found anything quite as opaque as the Everlasting lipstick. Although I will say, if you put the Too Faced on, the melted matte on by itself, it doesn't look streaky, it does look opaque. It just, you can pick up other colors if you put it over top, whereas with the Kat Von D lipsticks, not so much. Unless you use one of the cream versions, then you could do it. Okay, so why Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick? It's my favorite because it lasts all day, it doesn't move around, it doesn't bunch, it feels good on the lips. When the weather's dry, like it kind of is now, it starts to dry out a little bit, but I can wear it for 7-8 hours before I feel any of that, thankfully. And so because it's low maintenance, that's just normally what I reach for pretty much every day. The melted matte is pretty good too. Sometimes it bunches up on like the inside of the lip a little bit and it doesn't last quite as long as the Kat Von D, but it's still a really good one. Another good one is Stila. Their liquid lipstick is pretty good, still just not quite as long wearing as the Kat Von D is for me, and when I put my makeup on, it better last all day. And normally the Kat Von D lipstick, if I ever have to touch it up, it's after I eat dinner, and I'll put it on at 5:30 in the morning, and then it'll last until 10 or 11 at night. And sometimes I touch it up after dinner and sometimes I don't. Now that the weather's changing to winter my skin's a lot drier, and so I do end up having to touch it up after 8 or 9 hours a little bit, but still, that's a long time. This wasn't a review video, but I just did a review. So you could use Tarte's Quick Dry Matte. That would work just fine. Their matte lip paint is wonderful. I love that stuff, especially if my lips are dry. I like to use that because then it doesn't dry them out so much, but I find that the lip paint doesn't really dry down. So if you're gonna do multiple colors, you either have to expect them all to mix together or just do one single color. Whereas the mattes, Quick Dry, or any of these other ones that I mentioned, they dry down. If you don't want to use middle end, I hate even saying that that's middle end because it is expensive, but there's a lot more expensive. So if you don't want to use middle end makeup, you can use Wet n Wild's Everlasting Liquid Lipstick. It works great. I believe Hard Candy has one that's gray, not a liquid lipstick, it's just a regular tube. I do believe they have a gray one, I think. I could be wrong about that, you'd have to check. But that's also very reasonably priced. As far as liquid lipstick goes, I don't know of anybody that does them that's drugstore and cruelty free besides Wet n Wild. If I'm mentioning anything that's not cruelty free, let me know in the comments below because I could be wrong on some things. But I'm pretty sure Hard Candy, Physicians Formula, Elf, and Wet n Wild are all cruelty free brands that you can get at the drugstore. However, the only liquid lipstick that I know of is Wet n Wild. Now let's move on to the next layer. After you do the gray, you're gonna grab your purple color. This case is Granny Panties by Too Faced, and you're just going to apply that over what you just put on. Alright, so when you're done, this is the color you're going to get. It's going to be kind of a gray toned purple, and then you're going to take the center and just to make that pop just a little bit, and so that with the weather being so cold, well, I guess in some places it's not cold, so if it's not cold where you're at, awesome, enjoy it. But with the weather changing and it being kind of gloomy sometimes, and you're just feeling a little darker, I don't necessarily always want a really dark, gloomy looking lip, which I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but like, I like the color a lot, but it's kind of more, it's almost depressing. So just to make it a little less depressing, I like to put this lighter color Requiem. It's a light lilac. Hopefully I can talk now. It's a light lilac, and I like to put that just like in the middle of the lip so it makes it pop and it doesn't make it quite so dark and gloomy looking. Now that I have it on, I'm just going to kind of to blend it together. You can use a brush to blend it together too. I just don't like using brushes on my lips. And then I take a little bit more and use just a little bit more on that high point at the bottom of my lip, so that it makes my lips pop and it doesn't look quite so gloomy, but yet it looks kind of wintry, I think. But I'm not really an expert on fall, winter, summer, spring colors. I just like what I like. So let me zoom you out. Actually, let me zoom you in first so you can really tell what I did. Try not to get lipstick on your teeth, but if you do, just wipe it off. Not sure how I did that. But yeah, so you can tell it's like that grayish purple there, and then it's that nice pop in the middle so that your lips A, look fuller, and B, are a little bit brighter. So there's the finished look, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, leave a comment down below and let me know if you're going to do this look or what your favorite lip look is. And I love you guys so much, and as always, dream big.